Hey everybody, it's Campfire Trish, and I am enjoying the beautiful scenic view provided by James River State Park. Family and I made a very short trip to James River this weekend, and it definitely wasn't as we had hoped it to be. Granted, the cabin, we stayed in a cabin. We were able to get a rental kind of last minute, so it was nice. The cabin was great, as expected. The beds are still not as comfortable as at home, but still, it's beautiful. Check out the view. It's gorgeous. But we had lots of fun, regardless. But we had some weather situations that I'm going to show you in just a few moments. Yeah, the park was great. The time away from home was wonderful. But yeah, let me bring Lexi out and we can kind of tell you a little bit about some of our adventures, and go from there. All right, so we came in later on a Saturday, and I'm trying to recall, weather-wise, I don't recall it being initially bad when we got here.
Well, it was okay during the day.
Yeah.
Raining at about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we started getting some storms in the evening time, and unfortunately, as we were driving up, we noticed that the river was pretty high already, which is always the risk of the James and being the summertime. And if there's any storms, not necessarily right in this direct area, but if they're upstream, if there's any type of storms, then it always poses an issue potentially for river fun. But Sam and Lee had hoped to do some fishing by the river, especially some catfishing. I think he then knew that at least Saturday night that was not going to be the case. But so we did have some storms, which I'm going to show you a little bit now. It wouldn't be summer camping without a thunderstorm. Watch this one come in. Love it. And then we did have a break in the weather, and Lexi and I were able to take a short little hike. It was very wet, and it was pretty cool. Like, what did we see on our hike, Lex?
We saw a couple of deer.
How many deer did we see that night?
I forgot.
I think we saw 4.
Wait, it's like 1, 2. Yeah, we saw 4.
4 deer. So we had some, actually 5, because we saw a mama and her 2 does, and then we did see a mama and her 2 fawns, And then we saw some fawns too. We're not 100% sure if it was the same group. I think the first fawns we saw were a little bit bigger than the ones we saw later. But yeah, Lexi has her little lizard that she wants to show you guys.
Wait, I want to get closer.
And then what else did we see? We saw lots of bunny rabbits over the last 2 days.
I have a certain number.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that later.
Okay. So, and then the storms quickly came about again. And it was, I mean, we probably had the most rain I've seen here ever. The storms were wicked. I'm so glad we were not camping in the camper or a tent. But we actually lost power for, I think, about 6 hours, I think it was, during the night.
I didn't even know. So
You
I
didn't?
was asleep.
You were sleeping.
And I love my little lizard.
Yes. Okay.
It makes no sense.
Okay. Shh. But, so yeah, lost power. It was pretty wicked. But then, come Sunday morning, the sun was out, and Sam and Lee went to one of the ponds to do some fishing, and they quickly came back and he told me pretty much to get in the truck, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And then he showed me this. Hey everybody. So remember all that rain that we were getting last night? Well, this is James River State Park. This is actually part of the canoe landing section of the campground. And when Sam and I first started coming camping here, we used to camp down there, which is now, as you can see, underwater. They did move the campsites up to this higher part, so now the real campsites are,
We'll see in a moment.
well, yeah, we'll see. You'll see it in a moment. But yeah, that's a lot of flooding. You can see apparently some people were still camping down there as of last night, and they've left some of their stuff, their gear behind, which sucks because they're, you know, polluting the waters.
We'll move in a hurry. But you know what? At least they're safe.
This is the most, this is the highest I've ever seen it personally myself. Oh, look at this nice little, so here's one of the campsites. I don't know if you guys can see it well. Do you mind pulling forward just a smidgen? Because the mirror was in the way. So you can kind of see it's kind of nestled back, but I'm telling you right there, we've stayed in a campsite that was near all that tall grass. And I got the bugs I got ate up. But here you can see where they got the campsites now. Which is smart, but there's still a lot in the water if you get a lot of rain here. But yeah, it sounds like we just talked to a camper that is staying on the other side of this little, look on the other side of those trees right there. And they said people were packing up at like 4 a.m. to get out of here. But it rained all evening and hard through the night. There was lots of rain. So I guess we're not tubing today. No tubing for us. But yeah, kind of crazy. But yeah, this is canoe landing, so you can kind of see some of the spots. That was nice underneath that tree.
Looks like everybody was set to check out today.
Yeah. It's Sunday, so lots of campers leave. But yeah, just lots of rain. Be mindful of that mighty James.
I've crossed the James about a dozen times in the last 2 months. Last 3 months, and it's not been flooded at all.
I know.
The one time we come James Day is flooded.
It's so fast. It's crazy. So, as you can see, the water was really, really high. And so that pretty much meant no tubing, which we had hoped to do. Lexi said.
I was so sad. Yeah. I wanted to bring my lizard.
Yeah. But there were still a lot of campers and RVs set up. So there were still a lot of people in the campground.
Somebody even set up like a fort next door.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, the Sunday evening was nice. Lexi and I ended up taking a nice, very long walk to the Kerr Loop, which we had lots of fun on that walk, didn't we? What happened on our walk?
The water was blocking our path.
Yeah, so we definitely had to go off trail, didn't we? A lot actually.
Yeah.
There was lots of trees down, and lots, even the creek. So you crossed the creek a couple of times, and the creek was where you would normally cross. It was high, and we couldn't cross the majority of it. We actually, I guess maybe one time we did cross where the path took us. Because we could at least step on some rocks and get over without getting our feet soaking wet.
Frogs really hated us. They just jumped away.
Yeah, there's lots of frogs.
On one frog, a frog just jumps.
Yeah, but they squeak and scare us. But yeah, I mean, it was a really long walk. It's about 2.4 miles, just so you're aware.
I was sweating.
And it's supposed to be a bike trail, but obviously right now no bikes can go down that trail. I mean, you can go, but you can't go because there's so many trees across the path.
And water.
And water.
Well, I heard you can bike underwater.
Well, you can bike through water, but
Maybe.
Again, the creek was really high, so be mindful if there's lots of rain and you want to go on that one, that you might run into some issues. And ticks, we even put on tick repellent, DEET spray on before we even left, and we were still picking tons of ticks off of us.
Whenever I was going for the first one, it was like there's a tick on my leg. I'm like, why? I'm just trying to. I don't want to get splashed here.
Yeah, there's lots of ticks, so just be mindful. I mean, we're out in the outdoors, so we're camping. There's going to be ticks.
I really want it to be wet.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I can hear the train coming, which is really cool. That's one thing too about this park. There is a train that goes by. Can you hear the train?
It just sounds like
I know.
a ghosty talking to us.
Oh, you gay. But anyway, we were actually staying in cabin 13, and like I said, the view is not bad. There's some that do have better views, but it was lovely.
How's this not a good view?
It is a
Show
good
them.
view. I know, I did show them.
Show them 15 more times.
But we saw lots of wildlife, squirrels. How many bunny rabbits did we see, Lexi? That we saw for sure. No, we're gonna say it now. How many bunny rabbits did we see on our walks?
113. No, 16. I meant.
Yeah, 116 that we counted. So they're plentiful.
Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
And then we also saw a deer on our walk as well. I think we saw a total of how many deer this trip?
I think it was like 16 deer.
Yeah. And so we saw some bucks with their velvet on. There's that train. You can hear it even better right now, I'm sure.
We might see more.
Well,
like wherever we're driving.
Yeah, might. So we saw lots of deer, lots of does, lots of bucks. Actually, you can barely, can you see it right? You can only kind of see it through the trees a little bit.
I see something white.
Yeah, you see something. It's like right below the white thing. See that little flash? But anyway, the train, you can't see it from here, unfortunately. But
Give them a good view.
no, it's all good. But yeah, I think overall our trip was nice. We ended up cooking inside, obviously with so much rain. We had hamburgers and we had brats and sandwiches, and we ran to there's a local Walmart about 30 minutes away in case you guys need anything. But otherwise, it was a good trip, and we love it here and can't wait to come back.
I did not see any other lizard. His family is still missing. He has one lost leg.
Yeah.
I need to find that leg of his.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sam and Lee were successful in some fishing. They did not catch any catfish this time around, but I think they did catch some crappie to take home. So
I painted him.
very nice.
I painted.
But we're getting ready to head back home, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, we were at James River State Park. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And
It's a sports meow.
Yeah, we would love to be able, it supports us, yes.
No,
You know,
it supports now.
Oh, okay. I would love to be able to do this more often, but you know, got to keep my day job. But until next time, hope you guys enjoy, and until then, bye.
Bye. I see grass. The prettiest bird on earth.
The fish.
Oh.
There's an osprey with a fish that just came through
It's
from
a
the
big old
river.
fish.
That was cool.
It's a fish?
Yeah, my hair looks great.